Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 8th, 2022 total lunar eclipse reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Before we begin the reading, let us ask Divinity God to bless this reading, to keep it grounded, to keep all things that come forward of light, healing, and peace, and to show us what we need to see. Okay, so let's see what energy we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, the Queen of Swords. Now this is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There can also be a battle with words coming forward. This is somebody who knows the buttons to push, okay, and knows your buttons to push. So just be very aware of this. This is a person who can size up a situation very, very easily. It's almost second nature to them, and really goes after people, goes after things quite intensely. So just be very mindful of this. We also have to be mindful of having a bit of a sharp tongue ourselves during this time. We can be very blunt. This full moon, this total lunar eclipse, can be very stressful. So we have to be just aware of it being too stressful for us and too intense. Okay, so before we dive into the tarot, let's talk about this lunar eclipse, astrologically speaking, for just a moment. It's at 16 degrees Taurus, and what this full moon and total lunar eclipse brings is closure, completion. It's a coming to an end of a cycle. Now, what we're also going to see is that a light is shown on things that we weren't aware of, secrets that needed to be revealed. And that can be very uncomfortable. Things that we weren't dealing with, pushing to the back, oh, I'll deal with this later. They come to the surface. Now, the sun is in Scorpio, and this has us needing to look at the darkness, to dive into the darkness and bring to the light what needs to be seen. Now, Scorpio is complex, while the moon in Taurus, that's much more straightforward. Taurus is much more straightforward. The energy will tell you what it thinks. People who have a lot of Taurus in their charts, they tend to be a lot more blunt. Scorpios can be a lot more kind of secretive, can hold a lot of things back into themselves. Now, the sun and the moon are opposed to each other. These energies can be opposed to each other because they're sister signs. They can bring out the best or the worst in each other. Now, this eclipse is near the north lunar node. Each eclipse is always near a north or south lunar node. This one is near the north lunar node. And for this eclipse, what happens is that it brings new beginnings along with the endings. So we have the eclipse and the full moon all about closure and endings and completions, but because it's near the north lunar node, it also brings with it new beginnings. And so this is going to be very important for us to have a clear ending, and then to bring forward our new beginnings and to start creating what we want within our world and for ourselves. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So what's very interesting here is that we don't have a minor arcana card that comes through that isn't a court card. We have the Knight of Swords coming through. That's air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The swords here that we're told to be mindful of, that's again air sign energy. We do have Aquarius energy coming forward quite profoundly. We are crowned by the Tower. Ooh, let me show you this because I know everybody likes to see, and some really like to see the denotations. Like here's the number for the Tower, and then there's the Tower. And we have the Knight of Swords, the sword, and the Knight, the star, and then the Chariot. Okay? This full moon and lunar eclipse, total lunar eclipse, really does rock our world. Now, the effects of this eclipse not only last for right now, and this full moon not only lasts for right now, but we see them in our lives for the next 6 months. So this is an important time. This is a time of profound and intense change. There is a dream coming forward. There is something that hasn't been spoken. Words have been held back, held back, held back. They're going to be coming to the forefront. That's why we're being told to be very mindful of our words, being very mindful of what we're saying and how we're saying things. We are taking the reins. Now, Cancer here, the Chariot represents Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon. This moon and the endings that are coming forward has us taking the reins. Because we have the stars and the moon here within this reading, there are a lot of answers that will come forward. There's a lot of knowledge to be gained in the quiet of the night, also the wee hours of the morning. So be aware of that. There can be something coming forward within Aquarius, okay? Or again, an air sign, Gemini or Libra. There is a sense here of somebody holding secrets, holding back words, or saying things their face is never seen. Somebody whispering about you, spreading rumors. Be aware of that. That can get you very mad because, of course, it would. But there's going to be a right and a wrong way of dealing with things. Because this person is a bit of a coward and stays in the corner, we need to see what we want and what we desire, and we need to not stoop to their level. We can bring things to the light in certain ways, and we can address the person straight on. That would be a very good way to do it. But there's also a sense of, I need to address something within me. There is somebody who will say, oh, this person's speaking rumors about you. You need to be mindful of that person. That person kind of sees you as a weapon, kind of like, I can train you, Virgo, on this person. You'll attack and you'll get rid of my competition or an enemy or somebody I don't like working with, or, whatever. So make sure you get both sides of the story. There's a wish that's coming forward for you. There is something deep within your soul that you want. And it says, hunting we will go, on this little banner right here across the bird. So there is a real sense of, I'm going to start hunting for, going after, looking at what I want. I just see a hunting we will go as this kind of, it's not a battle cry, but it's like something people say, like a hunting we will go, and you'll start this adventure. And I do see it as something that someone used to say before they started doing something like rather fun or rather like outside of the norm. With the Chariot, there is a real need for us to take the reins of things during this time before this full moon and lunar eclipse, and for a little bit during it. Our emotions really do run rampant, and we have to be very mindful of that. People will not take us as seriously as they should because our emotions can be a little bit too intense, too much. So just be aware. But we do have a shining light, this like North Star that guides us, that leads us to the place that we want to be. We're starting to look at that now. We're reining things in, and it's like, okay, I need to calm down. I need to center myself. I need to look at what I want. I need to look at what I need. I need to look at where I'm headed for me. The Tower that crowns it is profound and everlasting change. It is something that we can't run away from. It's something that we can't hide from. Now, whether this is past change or present change, I do see it kind of melded together. It's change around words. So again, somebody has been telling us something, we've taken it at face value. There's a sense of almost, why wouldn't I trust this person? There can be a naivety to this that should be acknowledged. But there is also a sense here of things have changed. The tides have changed. We need to stop listening to this person who's whispering in our ears, okay? That's going to be rather detrimental to us. And for some of us, if we're saying, Dean, I don't have anybody that I'm listening to, or I don't have anybody whispering in my ears, like, what are you talking about? It can be something that we're listening to that isn't necessarily building us up. The powerful thing about this moon and lunar eclipse is that whatever energy is surrounding us, it gets magnified and magnified and magnified. It grows and grows and grows. So if it's negative energy, that will grow. If it's positive energy, that will grow. We need to be aware of the energy that is around us, that is feeding us, that is leading us forward, because it will keep on growing during this time. Meditation, okay, and a centering into ourselves is going to be so important, especially before we go to sleep at night. It's just coming through as a way to settle ourselves, calm ourselves, enter into what we love and what we want. But we can also find that very, very hard to do. As beneficial as it is, it's going to be one of the first things that we say, oh, I don't need that. So just be aware. Let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, goodness. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. So we are crowned with confidence is your key to success. And that's through changes, that's through towers, that's through things falling apart and needing to be rebuilt, and things moving in directions that we hadn't imagined. Our confidence is our key to success, but it's a quiet confidence. There isn't going to be this kind of like strutting of our stuff. There's going to be the sense of, I need to step within me and quietly and, honestly rebuild what has been shaken up, what has been, lost to me before. It is time to give rather than take. With the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords can be a hero card. It really can be. It can be, I'm going after what I want. I'm slaying, the demons within me, the demons, in my life. And I'm really looking at things. It's time to give of our energy of conquest and determination and focus and insight and joy and brilliance, rather than taking it away. Rather than saying, oh no, I need somebody to help me. We are that force of help and of beauty. It moves us to, you are very close to achieving your goals. With the star, with what we wish for, what we've deeply longed for, because the star isn't just what you cross your fingers and wish for. It is that deep, everlasting wish of the soul. It is the one that when you say it, it vibrates within you. It's like, it's almost scary to say because you want it so much. So know that you're very close to achieving your goals. You're very close to having that wish granted, to having that energy move you forward. Prosperity lies ahead as we take the reins. We have to take the reins. And that's going to be something, Virgo, that can be very hard for us during this time. Taking the reins, knowing what it is that we want, moving things forward. We're going to need to do it, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. Because we have a moon in Taurus, this is the new moon in Taurus, but because we have the moon in Taurus coming forward, we need to know that this Taurus full moon is quite powerful for us. It affects us very deeply. The sun affects us deeply as well. But it is the moon, it is the star and the moon, the stars and the moon that guide us. Now it can be that we just need to lay outside, look up at the sky, see all the stars, see the moon. It can also be that we're entranced by the moon. I know I've been outside in the evenings, and the moon has been spectacular. It's just been catching my eye all the time. I'm drawn to it. So there's something here that is drawing you, Virgo, to that moon, to the beauty and the wonder. And it's going to be different. There's going to be a change. There's going to be mysteries revealed. There's almost a sense of changes coming at you so fast, you can't even keep up with it. So be very mindful of this. It can be a very stressful time. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Four of Swords. Subconsciously, there's a need for rest, but that rest can become just absolute hermitage, or a real sense of, I can't look at this. I can't look at this right now. So just it could be overwhelmed, right? Just be aware of this, that there could be a lethargic, energy around us, an energy that's pulling us down. If we succumb to it, if we, embrace it, it will take away all our joy, all our prosperity, because it'll just be, it's almost for the next 6 months, like I'm just going to pull the covers up over my head and please leave me alone. Okay, let's look at our subconscious Luna and Tarot message. So here we have the King of Cups, and we have a time for healing and pleasure. The King of Cups is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, right? So the sun in Scorpio comes forward. It is time for us to bring to the light what brings us pleasure. It is time for us to heal. We need to do this in the light. We need to meditate during the day. We need to sit in the sun. We need to bring to the light what needs to be seen. And we need to bring to our hearts the practicality of love, the practicality of our emotions. Because I see the kings much more as practical. The queens are much more emotional. And so here, that's going to be very important for us. It's very important to lead with the practicality of our hearts. Because we've almost forgotten, there's almost a sense of feeling like, oh, my heart has betrayed me, or every time I go off of instinct, it doesn't work as I had thought it would. This is not a time where you can set and lay out a plan and say, okay, it's going to happen just like this. This is a time where everything can go really rather, pear-shaped. And you're looking at it and thinking, what the heck is going on here? But knowing that we come from a place of love and compassion and beauty of the heart, that is the game changer. That moves us forward in a way that can let us have faith in our emotions again, in our heart. As long as our heart doesn't, and our emotions don't just run ragged, because then they can have a tendency to do that. That's why we need that practical plan. We need that grounding of our emotions and what we want. There is going to be that energy of, they do run chaotic sometimes. So we have to be very mindful of that. But as long as we know that our heart leads us with love and we embrace that love, that's the game changer. Okay. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo. And may you have a blessed lunar eclipse and full moon. God bless.